Hi, guys. It's 2 a.m. No more drama in my life. Everything happens for a reason. Uh, Last time I read, we talked about the lost boy. His name was Doug, which was on October the 4th. The gift of forgiveness, the lost boy. And we're going to talk about the face of forgiveness. Excuse me. What does it mean to forgive someone? Good question. If you have someone visiting your house and he or she breaks a vase, you really like at some point you get some perspective on the whole thing and you say, what the hell? People knock things over. It's just a vase. This person is a friend. It's not that you're minimizing the loss, but no vase is worth a friendship. And nothing we could possibly lose is bigger than life itself. You're not doing justice to yourself unless you see that forgiveness restores your life to you. When you forgive, you're saying to the cosmos and most of all to yourself that you're okay now. When you can't forgive, it's like you're proclaiming that you're not okay. And you're saying you're not okay somehow undermines you. It makes you not okay. So you're saying I need to get perspective so I can find forgiveness, Doug asked. Sure, look at your answers to the questions. People who answered these questions the way you did eventually said that the reason they went through what they did was to get the perspective that would enable them to find forgiveness. And where does that perspective come from? The event itself. If you can figure out how to forgive yourself or the person responsible for the bad thing that happened to you, then that will be the very same reason why you need to forgive the person from the past. This is an amazing thing to say, but it's true. Remember the guy who fell off the ladder? What was the meaning of the fall for him? So he could forgive his brother? How? Well, how did he forgive himself from falling? He said, you get busy, you get distracted, you make mistakes. Well, that's the very same reason he has to forgive his brother. He got busy, he got distracted, and he made a mistake. It's almost as if the events in our lives can be very specific lessons in forgiveness. There's meaning in what happened with your son, and the meaning is that you've been given a way to forgive your father. How? If you see how to forgive yourself for what happened to your son, you'll see how to forgive your father. Hmm, that's dumb. I guess I'll probably say that I did my best, and it wasn't my responsibility that Dougie was the way he was. I'll bet that's exactly what you'll say. And that's the gift in this experience for you. This is just what you need to say about your father to be able to forgive him. You're telling me I'm going to have to say he did the best and ultimately he doesn't deserve praise or blame for how I turned out? Question. That's it exactly. Things happen to us to teach us a very specific lesson in forgiveness. I'll tell you this, until you find the forgiveness that's not possible for you, your life is going to stink. My life already stinks, Doug out, blurted out. The reason this thing happened with your son is to help you find a way to make your life not stink. Hmm. I said as empathetically as I could, is to wake you up to the possibility that there's something else besides blame. If you were more accepting now of yourself, of other people, and of the things that happen in life, you can have a good life. And that will take you to a happy future. And that will heal your disappointed past. When was the last time you looked forward to the future? I'm talking about before all this stuff happened with your son. Doug looked stunned. I've never looked forward to the future. I've worried about the future. That's how I felt safe. You sort of worry your way towards a good future. There was a pause. That's what my father did. What I saw from the outside must have felt very different to him from the inside. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't feel he was being a mean bastard. Maybe he just felt he was worrying more towards what he felt would be a good future for me. Maybe the best gift you can give your son is to let go of all the blame so he can come back to a blame free atmosphere. That's what forgiveness is, anyway, a blame free environment. What do I say? My dad was just a guy like every other guy, going back to Adam. It feels so. Nothing. But you have to do it. And here's why. Paper, stone, and scissors. Look, Doug, I continue. I'm sure you let go of things in your life. Okay, now quick. Give me the first answer that comes into your head. If all this time and energy you spent with blame were freed up, why would that be a gift? What would it be good for? Hmm. Just as I asked him to, Doug didn't hesitate. I need to find love. I got divorced about 6 years ago. My wife said I was a mean bastard. I've gone out with a lot of women since then, and it never worked. I think it's never worked because I'm very critical, and they don't like me because they think I don't like them. Blame kills love, I said. It's like when you play paper, stone, and scissors. Rock, paper, stone, and scissors. Paper beats stone, and some people don't get that because a stone is tougher than paper. But the paper can wrap itself around the stone and make it disappear. That's what blame does to love, and it happens in your heart. So I should stop blaming my father. He was just a father like million other fathers based on what you've told me. But maybe there was something about having a father who was a tough guy that gave you a certain toughness you need for running an ad agency, which must be a complete zoo. It, it's a total zoo, but I love it. It's the only place in your life where there's no blame. Wow, that's right. Maybe that's why I love it so much. So I have to forgive, Doug said. Exactly, I said. So when you find a way to forgive yourself, it will show you a way to forgive your father. Can you do that, Doug? I don't know. I'm just so tired of all this blame and carrying grudges and everything. But how do I forgive myself? Doug asked. You get tired of not forgiving. You realize what a burden it's been, and you just put it down, letting yourself go to sleep. There's nothing to go out and do. It just happens because there are so many good reasons for it to happen. The way you let yourself fall asleep is when there are so many good reasons for you to fall asleep. It can feel impossible and then suddenly it just happens. For Doug, it was an event in his present, his son's problems, whose meaning enabled him to find forgiveness for something that happened in his past. The way his father had treated him. Now, let's meet Ellen. For her, it was the opposite. It was an event from her past whose meaning enabled her to find forgiveness for things that were happening in her presence. Well, it's all about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Rock, paper, scissors. Forgiveness. The face of forgiveness. What does it mean to forgive someone? If you can figure out how to forgive yourself or the person responsible for the bad thing that happened to you, then that will be a very same reason why you need to forgive the person from your past. Well, we talked about forgiveness with Doug. Doug had to find a way to forgive his father in order to mend his ways with his son. So if you're out there at 2 in the morning or any part of the day, forgiveness is very important. Forgiveness is freedom. No more drama in my life. Have a good night, guys. Peace. But remember to smile. Don't forget to watch Carla Nicole on YouTube channel www.smileandsip.com. She had a good one on tonight about opening up with relationships. Check her out. Peace.